say ya na baby tiding. And come on, I was here. Men kwame dia sa segment here e wo Fabɛwɔso e wo Dwaso Nsem Fabɛwɔso. Many jihondo I've told you before. Many jihon na many jihon is say this is where we are able to speak truth to power without fear or favor. This is where yenya kwanya aka no kura trudo di kire wo mu di eso omayim. Aha. Na anapai me wura ho. Medical bisan sam tiawa ba kumienu pe. Na fa mi wia. Makomanim. Ensam mienu pe mebisa mi wia. Anapa ni ntem osoro agina ho no makomanim. 95% of depositors no a and abeto da say yetua wo mka no banks ben financial institutions ben emu customers and yetua wo mka. We need to know. Receiver no was say nipa do sign and make it up 95% no. We need to know. Maybe sir. Ni atosu mienu. Some banks and microfinance and other financial institutions here you collapse in. Say I can say managers woman no mo da san nwumakoya no. Emudu do no a ye twe onu mase wo bank. Emudu do no a ye twe onu mase wo bank for mismanagement. Ye twe onu mase wo court. Yebedi ano no. Ye twe onu mase wo court for mismanagement. Maybe so. Bank of Ghana no we regulator no. Ah wono no hwe sa banks nyina so no. I know there's a monitoring department of the Bank of Ghana. Ebesu ya yetwe managers of these financial institutions our court no. Aso correct me if I'm wrong. But aso say adwumayfo bi of Bank of Ghana womu regulate sa banks here nei ya collapse. Ah, womu baako kura. Onu nso so yachi na kogina court for overseeing this mismanagement amongst these financial institutions. Sa baako kura ho a mbesa me hunu. Because if you are a watchman, so we are watchman. Na what na say hwe. Emma wo master fie ho ye bebo kro no ho a ye nyaaw. Yeah? Approach for na mo ya investigation a woni nipa a wodi kan. Woni nipa a wodi kan ya fra ototo ano. Abra asem ni si ya na wen. Ade na huni. Na wada. Anano ani guso. Akwafo no bewre fie ha no na wada anano ani guso. So I need to know. To date I'm yet to hear. I'll find out say adwumayfo bi wo Bank of Ghana at the time of this mismanagement yachi omo so aka managers of these banks yachi omo aka ho edola kogina bank tiawa mawie masem bisa no. I need to know. Anapenzu mi jina ho. Anapenzu mi jina ho. I am itako to Ghana's Constitution, Article 1. The sovereignty of this nation resides in we, Ghanaians. Many one uchi taisi. Many one ubo shoe shine. Wa wuton pure water. Okuani asisi a wo from a wutie me. Tumi a hato o man yuso no, me no me ensam na wo. ɛna metin nsɛm bi a ɛtema kuma me be sesa document yase na yiwasum netie senior report no kan no etworo no sa pepepepepe na me be kan no Tema Metropolitan Assembly Tema Metropolitan Assembly ohona na pa mi gina TMA ohona na pa mi gina Yoko nhwehwemu a wo maye ewo TMA Yoko nhwehwemu a wo maye ewo TMA ane sikadia akwaso wo ho alleged akwaso TMA a whole report to the crime. Now I will start with the brief facts of the case. Na fei yakoya ni mo ho kakra when ye be and then Wednesday e betu kura de ya de akuni nyina. The brief facts of the case are that answer no. Mamindi Kai, there are 9 suspects in this case. 9 suspects. Yoko Chese, wamu hobon sa insemimu. 9 suspects no. Mamindi Kai bubo wamu nyina din maku. So be ya me share brief no asia. Obeti asia yi. First suspect. Isaac A. Odamton, or your former Metropolitan Chief Executive, TMA. Suspect number 1. Suspect number 2, a Captain Retired Tay Azu, or your Managing Director, CTK Geosis Limited. Suspect number 2. Suspect number 3, Jacobus Cornelis Maria Vla, or your Director, CTK. Suspect number 4, Samuel Vatsmak Vogbolo. Well, that's the surname. Or your Kuyani farmer and friend of the first suspect, a former Metropolitan Chief Executive. No, one on suspect number 4. Suspect number 5, Emmanuel Norte, or your Metropolitan Coordinating Director, TMA. Suspect number 6, Nicholas Agbamaji, or your Metropolitan Finance Officer, TMA. Suspect number 7, Felix Bandua, or your Metropolitan Coordinating Director, TMA. Suspect number 8, Ekuya Bonsu, or your Revenue Accountant. Suspect number 9, Stephen Kwashi, or your Metropolitan Internal Auditor. 9 suspects, and according to Yoko report here, cramming. PM. Now, the brief facts of the case are that the first suspect, Isaac A. Odamton, and the 5th suspect, in this case, Emmanuel Norte, Metropolitan Coordinating Director, are the former Metropolitan Chief Executive and Metropolitan Coordinating Director, MCD, of the Tema Metropolitan Assembly, TMA, respectively. The 6th suspect, Nicholas Agbamaji, the 7th suspect, Felix Bandua, and the 8th suspect, Ekuya Bonsu, are all former officers of the TMA. Their designations at the TMA were Metropolitan Finance Officer, MFO, and Metropolitan Coordinating Director and Revenue Accountant, respectively. The 9th suspect, Stephen Kwashi, is the Metropolitan Internal Auditor of the TMA. The 2nd suspect, Captain Retired Tai Azu, and the 3rd suspect, Jacobus Cornelis Maria Vla are managing director and director respectively of the company known as CTK Geosis Limited, CTK. The fourth suspect, Samuel Vasmak Vogbelo, is a farmer and a friend of the first suspect. Now, on the 8th of January 2019, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO, in Tema, received intelligence to the effect that CTK Justice Limited, a company engaged in by TMA in January 2015, to undertake revenue collection, property rate, and business operating permit in Tema Zone 1 industrial area, has failed to submit any revenue to the TMA since the third quarter of 2015. Ahanan komoni fiase. Afie twemu January. Bosomini de toso. Enwatwe. Ana Yoko Fortune say, according to this report, wamunya information. Sir, adwuma bia TMA Adisha Geosis Limited and sir wamunjiji sika revenue wamunjiji sika property rate ni business operating permit ni ade wamde adwuma no ahye Geosis Forson sir wamunkodin dan saka no emfa ma wamunkodi sa sika no in the name of TMA. According to Chushema Yoko Faye, since the third quarter of 2015, one city kura Joseph Fwe and Fama Sika 50 pesos Kurano, one man Fama. The intelligence also alleged that the second suspect had, without the knowledge of the assembly, opened a joint bank account in the name of CTK Justice and the assembly at the First Atlantic Bank and was the sole signatory to the said account. And you say suspect number 2, in this case, Captain Retired Tay Azu, our managing director, CTK Justice Limited. Wama edisa jumanisha omsaso omunkonkoji sisesi kano. Webi account, separate account. Ewo Justice Forno ani TMA for dim. Ewo First Atlantic Bank. Wanunkwa no signatory. Wanunkwa no sign check. Sika osa account nim. Na tie. It was alleged that the activities of the second suspect and others had led to the assembly losing over 3.5 million Ghana cedis in revenue. And Amua Captain Retired Azu Watui Kobie account. Assembly Ninim Hoshe. And I'm so, according to this report, Assembly no Timia Shrisika 3.5 million Ghana cedis. 3.5 million Ghana cedis. All Ghana cedis are saying Buburija. So, upon receipt of this intelligence, Yoko set out to investigate the allegations made. During the investigations, it was established that CTK, whose core business was listed as mapping, aerial survey, and geographic engineering, had been unilaterally contracted by the first suspect through an offer letter dated 10th February 2016 to collect property rates and business permit on behalf of the assembly. Yoko Fonju Shema Omuye no chese CTK for adwuma omuye and for revenue collection ho. Wama adwuma omuye and a report na body no. wɔn mapping, wɔn aerial survey, and a geographic engineering. And a first suspect, Isaac A. Odampton, or your former Metropolitan Chief Executive. What through a letter, 10th February 2016, Edema City Kefui. Samon Kwaji Sika and Family Assembly, no. Per an agreement between the Assembly and CTK dated 5th January 2015, CTK was to receive 30% of the gross revenue collected as commission, and the Assembly was to retain 70%. And Shishaya, MCE, former MCE, Menkanisa, and Shishaya, former MCE, one Captain retired Tai Azu, the Juma CTK Justice, 1 year, and say, Sika Mobaji Giano. Ye cham 70-30. More justice for mo commission 30%. Na 70% no so TMA assembly no dia. Tienio. 30% enkoma diocese. Na 70% embra assembly no ho. Sana nhihye no according to Yoko report yi, sana nhihye no ekoi. Per the agreement, there was supposed to be a receivable account, collection account, into which revenue collected by CTK were to be paid. You may be account. Sika CTK from Baji na account no money yadibeden. Yadibeto. The receivable account was to be in the name of TMA, and it was from this receivable account that TMA was to transfer 70% of revenues collected into its main bank account and 30% to CTK upon request. Me cameraman Emmanuel and a mama no contract. Someone quoted this camera. Okay, enti yima ya baby account. Na me na me TMA. And yima wona we Joseph. Enti sikano e sabeka ni nyina no eba begu sa account we mu. Na sikano ba account ni mu a me TMA na me be kire 70% no afa mi be ye free sa account ni mu. Na me de akoto TMA for your account to bankasa. Na 30% no yimada uba request no me de 30% no me ye free account ni mu de aiden me de amount. Sana siseye no etie according to Yoko for report here ekura me. Investigations also revealed that CTK was again awarded a contract to paint the assembly's property rates and demand notice for a commission of 5% of the gross revenue to be collected. It came to light that CTK contract was renewed in July 2018 by the current MCE and witnessed by his coordinating director. CTK nyɛ dwuma makopa na dima omo. Assembly ni sanso ma omo contract. So omo print assembly no property rate and a demand notice. And also so commission 5%. Is there already almost 30% plus 5% commission on the printing of property rate and demand notice. And you say July 2018, CTK4 contract no, yes, renewing the Mahomo current MCE. Aware. and you say renew CTK for one contract. Now, we are dance here, and a coordinating director, one also a hobby. Now, during investigations, a forensic audit was conducted into the revenue collection contract between the TMA and CTK from 2015 to 2018. And you say, Mono, one more year forensic audit. As you share contract, TMA and CTK, a free 2015 and about 2018. Now, the forensic audit revealed that the second suspect, Captain Retired Tai Azu, opened 2 joint accounts in the names of CTK and TMA. Account number 01874711411025. 01874711410252. 018747114102 with First Atlantic Bank and account number 029-124-595-77027 with Universal Merchant Bank, hereinafter referred to as the illegal account. And you say, perfect. So, Captain Retired Tai Azu, and Kawonko be account bako, TMA, any CTK 4D mono, will be account me no. Bako First Atlantic Bank, and a Bako so UMB Bank. These accounts were opened in 2015 and they were used as revenue collection accounts from which some amounts were transferred to TMA. The first suspect was the only signatory to both accounts. The first suspect was the only signatory to both accounts. Now, during investigations on both accounts were obtained, and examination of this account revealed that CTK deposited a total of 4,384,818 cedis, 12 pesos of revenue collected into these accounts. If you want to dead, you know, say Sika account to me, no, CTK a transfer 4,384,818 cedis, 12 pesos. At the Kotosa account to me, no. Out of the amount, CTK transferred 3,682,818 cedis and 22 pesos into its operational account 018747110114, also held with First Atlantic Bank. Out of the amount of 4,384,000 paid into the joint account, 702,599 was transferred by the CTK to TMA Bank account with Zenith Bank. Through the forensic audit, it was revealed that CTK had submitted invoices totaling 735,038 Ghana cedis. Niakwa suano no. Na baby am wo interest kakra. Se sika dia akoso, ni akoso yi nyina alleged sika ayira yi nyina achi. Germany shall say 2015. Entinka new MC ba ye no. Nanka adwena kwese ene na Justice for contract ne den. Yem put on hold. Wa branch hwehwemu ya den. Ekoso. But clearly from Yoko reporting, the contract has been renewed. July 2018, Justice for contract, ya renew. Ya renew contract, and we are talking about 3.5 million Ghana cedis in revenue. Sikani yeshusha yehu. Yeshusha muni chese 3.5 million no yeshusha yehu. Entinka ne papa mua. Enka Justice for majuma muya no munya den muntrain. Yen yeshusha mu. Yen renew contract no. Wabra sasika puduo say ayira yenhunu. No, jene ho ye. Jene ho. Now, these suspects, according to Yoko, it's a tall list. Now, here, ya di abajuma shawunsa. Na, we are what say. Yeah, I mean. Now, go pon no huya mobo. Mame kwa humano so. Na, mene, former Mayor TMA. In this case, Yoko report, HSA or your first suspect, Honorable Isaac Odampton. Meneno Entry and Como. Honorable Temekami Mwakwaba. Hello. Honorable Temeka. Well, I want to tell many in the better church come. And send me one message say bisa. It's answer Sansikan kitten ya ye GG. No, we are not trying to sound judgmental. Debbie, not at all. I'm talking about damn Transaba, man. So, on about Teminka.
I'm a Tunka.
I want to hold you.
I want to
I like that. Me pa ovem ne pa. Honorable, Yoko report Cecilia na pay me gusto American kind. Contractor ewo between Tema Metropolitan Assembly and CTK Geosis Limited. At your time now we are mayor. Boyemu kwanya amode sa adwuma no e hye CTK adwuma ko nsa.
Yo, and I pay meda mo cheerful in my say Mate a couple of times say more discussing issue now say obesum on mine na ofi wa komemu esum on mine ni ebesi bia no e san say we ye juma na we ye ni ye a we say why ye juma ye ni ye say wabubo ni ama bebre so me tie bi na me I was o sha tie na me ndamo efidie no so na kakra me tie no wanwa kakra esan say wa o nyama na wo kenkan na ensisi eni na so me pese me kan esiniti say me Isaac Ashai Odampton me sum me my Ghana me sum me quote my metro na me sum me man for our motitema. Number 2, me Isaac Ashai Odampton at all times na me this year me nimeno me take decisions in the best interest of TMA, and I will say this loud, boldly, anywhere I go, without fear or favor. Specific to CTK, this is a company that provided a proposal among the proposal about TMA. At the time, as a government, we were pushing for property addressing system. And as a national policy, that's how they came in. But they provided Nyama HSA, or maybe to me, Abua, now your property rate, any business operating permit, a conkind. Say, contract the woman, ye mum pensem pa, na contract way. If I'm so much as you know, management, your review, or your two presentation, a called general management, no assembly in now, or your presentation, your present call assembly. In terms of Uncle Dan Channel, the year, you know, my Bibia, now a value for money. Value for money, ni say, more. Ejumedie no say wo fa ne say omo ye property identification pa e wo sika obetia ena wo fa ne say omo ye ejuma omo ye ya let us say assembly no eyi sika ono ani sika mfenya hwe but this company was going to pre-finance ena senior omo gigi to e wo assembly no omo je no eno an omo gi edia ahwe omodwuma omodia matema na wenum na mehwa metumi di mensa as esinebo abrebia kase we did it in the best interest of TMA. And at no point make I say contractor no influence obi announce or influence me. It's say em say waka say contract expire no you renew man no it's said they had a superior product. Apart from having a superior product no the revenue architecture there is no one who can beat it forever. Nobody no ebededi internet me yensuro but omwejuma senia ejuma no call ya na yese commissioner yutia revenue collectors no omu kosusu se nanka omo invest so huge omo bo figure no ba me mpese me de betudwa entinanka se ye de ye me na ma omo but it's say ye bo aban sika ho ban ti ye chetie mu 5 na e mo 1. Which means so you must check and some more recover among investment. This is the kind of leadership I provided at TMA. Now let me say this on record that I am now the parliamentary candidate for NDC in Tema East. Now since last year February, 2019 February, your station and other stations are running this commentary anytime on say main ground say me contest no there's no running me nim say me be primaries you are running but means no
let's not personalize this ebia wo be wo own issues inti awfo se bia political ambition inti na bia but that is at the constituency level. But on person bisa we are aware say contractor in this case CTK Justice no ABA joint account without the knowledge of the assembly. First Atlantic Bank. No, you're sole signatory to this account. But are you aware?
Did you call that account joint account?
That's according to the report they crime in MCCA.
Have you ever had joint account being operated by one person? Why would you bring, if indeed what you are alleging is what is in the report, then that is a fraud on its own case. Because if you call it joint account, you shouldn't be asking the question, or you shouldn't be adding that he signs it alone.
Okay, Madam, for the purposes of conversation, the intelligence also alleged that the second suspect had, without the knowledge of the assembly, opened a joint account in the name of CTK Justice and the assembly.
Speak for yourself. So why do you ask me? Without the knowledge of the assembly.
And
why do you ask me?
As the mayor, then, we are aware.
How would I know if the person has opened accounts without the knowledge of the assembly?
Okay.
Okay. So let's move on. So that's why I say that the MP, knowing that he faces defeat, has done everything possible to marshal state resources and state institutions against my person and my candidature for my party. But I am not moved. I am not perturbed. We shall go through this, and victory will come not because of myself, but because the people have tried my administration. They have tried my leadership. They have tried what I can do for them, and they can now make a decision. Look, I personally watched the MP who go begging, calling Yoko to revive the case, and that I went to Yoko to lie. And what I asked is that if he would say I went to lie, two things. One, then Yoko doesn't know their job. Two, then the report of Yoko exonerates me or is lateral, and it is not to his whims and caprices. And so it meant that the only way the case could go that way is because I went to lie. I mean, if you understand the operations of the assembly, you won't be talking like that.
Okay. Honorable Mamimbisa Madaruma, I'm saying reporting on the Juma, so we can get your side. If you also so Winchemwa, Sika CTK AGG yano account to be mu na nasa sika no ewo na edena unimfa ho.
You see, CTK per the contract in your collection account. Na I'm say me say wo ka say CTK entia sika bia ma assembly. Is that what you read?
Yes, that is what is.
I wouldn't want to go into this matter because what I expect, because when you use suspects, charge, no, this should be done from the court. They should go to court, and then the court process will start. If they can go to court, because when you poster the thing as if a court has charged someone, no court has brought anything, and I want it to go there.
Okay, honorable Adam Tembacho, Yoko and Nisa Tumino say in their report or be referred to Sandy Pekwe as first suspect, second suspect, third suspect.
I've not said that. What I'm saying is that let's not present the case to the general public as though a court has charged someone. That's all I'm saying. But let me land on that point. So if are you okay?
Yes, me too. Me too, Kappa, honorable.
Yeah. I lost the thought there. But the point I want to make, subsequent to your question, is that if you have a situation where you are alleging that someone has done something untoward, and you come on air to say that the company never paid any money to the TMA, that is false. That is false. Because before we process any payment to CTK, the processes, including audit, finance, budget, would have gone through. And I have records. I have records of all that was paid to the contractor based on the total collection TMA received and the commission due them. Okay. And as you said, if there is any account that is so-called joint account without the involvement of TMA, that is a different matter.
Okay, but honorable, Sika saying in your records, I will say one. Sika saying and that CTK a collectee, one commission so not a saying.
No, I mean that record is seized with the assembly, and I think that you should be asking the assembly because the records are there. I mean, you can't change it, and indeed. CTK did work, and like I told you earlier, we were very, very risk conscious, and our revenue collection architecture was robust, that they didn't have full control over the whole process.
The call has been put on hold.
That's why I told you that whatever you did, the way the contract, the way the workflow, the way the process, which I call the revenue collection architecture, was framed, it will be very difficult to get away with anything. And that is the leadership I brought to TMA. No wonder we grew the way we did.
Okay.
And it's on record that the performance of TMA was stellar.
Okay. Honorable Damson, Honorable Damson. Let's have this conversation. Honorable Ni Ananla, a current mayor, Tema Metropolitan Assembly, Baba Humano, Mimbisano Assembly, Kumi, Nuya, Masaba, Hobio, Wadaruma. Honorable Ananla, Otemenka.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, we are there.
No, yeah, and good morning to your listeners.
I tell you, also, July 2018, more renew CTK for contract, no? Is that correct?
Not that I remember. I mean, I say, yeah, renew. What actually happened was when I took over the assembly, I went through all the contracts, the revenue collection contract. Some of them are just offer letters given to people and they are waiting. What they say. So looking at all, I saw some of them. I canceled them immediately. And the Akana, it doesn't have loose and to cancel it. You know. We try to review it in a way to allow it to expire as stated in the contract. Because I was trying to avoid up and down legal issues. You know, people when I'm on the case, what you are saying. So I just review it and allow it to expire at the date stated in the contract. That is what happened. Okay,
what are contracts now? Review, you know, not CTK for the account, and send our canon on your way. Mayor,
account.
Account.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm moving answer. I'm renew CTK for contract, no.
Yeah, and renew. I want me first of Ube renew.
But according to but let me read the portion in the Yoko reporter a crime CCA. It came to light that CTK contract was renewed in July 2018 by the current MCE and witnessed by his coordinating director. How do you respond, Honorable?
And I make a say. Renew. We review it. And clause is there. And toss. We are the almost discussed it. Agreed. Those clauses. No, we cannot continue with that. So the same. If you say we renew, it means it expires and we renew. We didn't renew. We just review it. Towards the expiration of the contract, the same date on it, not any other date that we renew it to another year.
Okay, fantastic. Honorable Nialana, one case you refer at the command Yoko for.
I
want to command Yoko for. Again, I'm winning.
But like the kind, me power. Me take you over the administration of that assembly. Me hotel. You might be bringing it to. It's the amigo, so yeah, review, yeah, presentations, yeah, BBI, no one day, and CTK, Ona, no, Mr. Azu, Obestra, Oba, no, first question of the time, sir. Me buy and on bar had now.
This guy don't want to because of
Oba had done Obestra. First question will be something. You want to have my account number. Or be having my account number. Account number for what? And all ye mathematical chart to be. Figures also. So other templates are also involved. Figures what mathematical chart to me. And I'm saying, what is it? And he's trying to explain. And because of the explanation, mpanimfoɔ bi din sɛ ɔho sɛ ɛho abɔ me ɔbɔ mpanimfoɔ bi din sɛ ɔmo nyina ɔmo nim adeɛ wɔ yɛ nyɛ problem nti me ma continue
dad no pointing out from the chat no until my ehu bɔ wa san komo no ɛbae
me home figures be a game be a able. And they call this a political game. And I'm saying, well, my back where I'm coming from, I'm a trade unionist and I deal with issues as they are. So am I won't bomb Kakra and I'm afraid if you want back. Oh, Accra and I'm beside go be about with this. I say who na nipa na bɔne din na den na onim fa na straight away penyin ka say call police to arrest that man after my explanation to the big man. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So from there,
no, in this case, call police to arrest Captain Retired Te Azu. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. To Asumami.
So that is when I decided to invite Yoko to come and look at what has just happened. So from there, Yoko take out the case. And as we are talking now, I don't know what actually has transpired. I don't know what is in the report. As I talk to you now, it's difficult for me to speak to the report that you have. I mean, copy. What I know is I only call Iyoko to come and take over the things that are necessary and investigate it on our behalf. That's all. That is what I know.
But on the report, I would say, in fact, this report is exclusive to Dwaso Nsem on Adom 106.3 FM, and he said, I think that is fine. And but on the joint account, my final question, because you're better on joint accounts, our report teacher say CTK for mu to collect revenue. Honorable Niananla, and then on him fahu. Maybe joint account according to Yoko report, Bia na Captain Retired Te Azu or the figures in each town account me nubi until no bisa crowd account number. Send a bank commit me a transfers can be the Ede Amawo. But winning joint account to be a Hunsem, TME, CTK and TME.
But Eddie Mammy because me I don't have many knowledge there or Yoko report now Okra or Hodo. Me Hunye. And it is difficult for me to speak to it. Omonya account to be. But the Kata me report no and me kind report no. So it's difficult for me to authenticate that aspect unless my report.
Okay. Another damn thing. Wonsa ka letter bia free Yoko ho. E fa sa report yi ho.
That be.
Wonsa ka letter bia.
That be.
Let us say
the content of the letter now referring to their completed work that be mensanka letter bia.
Okay, and yen charge you for any offensive conduct free Yoko.
I've gone through Yoko or more investigations, or more listed charges, but near minimum or honey na maka na minimum say no crebi nim name say kakra mati mpoye say ebia obi bebo ni team na we bisa account number me say boba na yebe wie no yebe hu nipa wa som ne man ene nipa ne personal agenda or perpetuating no ho e wotema instinct or befa book content ya yukiama media social media ba embo mu kra e san say boba.
Well, for my no masena yen fancy ya beto so and mesremwa as we go on with this report no we will need you both of you enti ye besemwa na ye fremwa maji yeso na fe ya twetwen komo bara na pede de besi amra nti ye beda masipi penifo Yadamasi. Honorable Isaac Odamti, a former Tema Metropolitan Assembly mayor. Wanujina Huma Bakoso, and the current mayor, Honorable Ni Anangla, Onososo Ebeka Homia Chuchin Komo. Abusiami Jamau. But ye Dwaso. Somewhere woman no, some casa mechanics here. A baby be ho. But this is the issue. Near Alcoso, our Tema Metropolitan Assembly. Between 2015 and the 2019. The Alcoso ye. Between the Chief Jerry Forson, Yafasida, and my Franco Trading Enterprise. Wadaroma, and an appearance to Fabɛwɔso. It's 27 minutes after 9. Mami chame humana me ba. Evan pense mu ento also.
Everyone upon on do die. Na Ghana for 5 million na ate what to say.